This is like a great exercise for people to inflate their egos, because if you set yourself up in the right position, you can fucking move massive amounts of plates. I mean, I've done it before. Just a couple of years ago, I even still have a clip of it. It's like an old video of me in the gym where I'm moving like, I don't know, I think like 7 or 8 plates on each side. And like half rep, quarter rep, like nothing compared to how I do them now. And my legs were fucking 22 inches. So it's like, what good is moving all that weight when you're not eliciting any sort of development, right? So what you see guys do here in order to be able to ego lift is they line everything up, right? So they'll put their feet lined up together like they're on this path here. They'll pin their knees together and they'll pin their hips together, and then it's just this, because that's where you're strong, right? Because you're pinning all on joints. But again, that's not the purpose. The purpose is not to move a shit ton of weight. The purpose is to use this to grow your legs and provide the ability to isolate your legs better than, let's say, a squat, right? Because with a squat, you're always going to be limited by your back stability, your core stability, your oxygen. Whereas with a leg press, you're locked in, and it's just the legs firing. You can relax, you can get lots of oxygen, and you can really push this hard. So the idea is that you're not pinning on joints, you're pinning on muscle, right? So I'm gonna take this off the rack here. And the other thing too is, if I'm pinned here, again, like my range of motion is shit. Like this is like all I got here, right here. So it's just this quarter rep. But as soon as I move my feet out and I point my toes out, I flare my quads open, then all of a sudden, now I could bring this thing down all the way right to the very bottom, like the stopper has it now. So look at how much more range of motion that is from here to there. From here to there, as opposed to just this bullshit. It's like day and night. But again, if you wanna impress, I don't know who you're impressing, honestly, because nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Nobody cares how much weight you can move, especially on a leg press. Like nobody's like, yo, how much you leg press, bro? Like it's just dumb. So again, like every other machine, use it for what it's intended for, and follow the path of the machine. And here's the thing too, it doesn't really matter where I place my feet, because again, everybody's sort of kind of built differently. As long as I'm not pinned into here, as long as it's not this like piston firing bullshit, I can have my feet lower and a little bit wider and come down. And again, just get so much more range of motion. Something else that you hear too is that your heels shouldn't come up, which I used to follow that philosophy. And it's like, who has that much ankle mobility that they can literally drop this thing full range of motion and have their feet completely planted against the platform? Nobody. Maybe if you're lucky enough to be built that way and you have like sick dorsiflexion, but you're still targeting quads even if your heels are coming up. Like, what do you think? Why do you think guys do sissy squats? Like, on sissy squats, your foot isn't completely against the floor. So why would that be any different on a leg press? So your heels can come up. What matters is that your hips are open, your hips are relaxed, and that your knees get the fuck out of the way. Because if you're too concerned with moving too much weight and you're trying to pin where you're strong, it's all going to be in your knees. All that tension is going to be in your knees. So guys are like, oh, I can't do this exercise, or I can't do this exercise because of knee pain. I was that guy. I had tons of knee pain from doing all of these things. And it was all because I was lifting way too much weight and my form was not good. So those are the two most common mistakes that you'll see people doing, is they're lifting way too much weight. They think they're way stronger than they actually are, and their form is shit. So fix the form, lighten the weight, connect better, and throw out a lot of the nonsense that you've been told. Oh, your knees shouldn't go over your toes. Like, that's a bunch of nonsense. So subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, do all the YouTube stuff.